The 7 last words from the cross. Introduction.
God has said only one thing, only two do I know. Enigmatic words of the psalmist. Jesus Christ was one man and lived one life, yet there are 4 Gospels to tell the story of it. The Church has one faith but several creeds, one sacrifice of the Mass, and yet many rites. And Jesus could, literally speaking, only have spoken one last word, but we know 7. God's revelation is so abundant that it speaks through many voices, and the variety of human attempts, under the guidance of the Spirit, to think through and realize for ourselves what God has revealed, is a testimony to the image of God in us. The diversity of human responses corresponds to the depth of the treasure that is stored up in the one God and his one gospel. 7 itself as a number stands in the Bible for completeness and perfection. Just as God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th was able to rest and recognize the goodness of the thing he had made. Jesus' 7 last words, in a similar way, express different facets of the work he wrought on earth. In these words, we hear tones of promise, forgiveness, solidarity with the abandoned, gift, request, resignation. The word I'm most inclined to think of as the 7th, and really the last, is recorded by St. John, tetelestai, it is accomplished. What is accomplished? Well, the whole lot, everything we've already heard and mentioned and even more. Jesus is at the end of his earthly life. From here on, the life he lives only to God, totally unconstrained by temptation and bodily weakness and the threat of death. From the perspective of the cross, he sees that he has run his mortal course, and he looks on those whom by it he has healed, forgiven, redeemed, and won for God. And God saw what he had done, and it was very good. As we listen to each of these 7 sayings over the coming days, let us realize that Christ's already accomplished work does not stand still. He has won the victory, but the words he speaks to us, the words in which the Spirit sings the tale of his triumph, are words that bring us still gifts, forgiveness, sympathy with our weakness, the insistent request for our love.